Cloverleaf. Oh, Cloverleaf menu. Okay. I'll press play. See what's going on. Oh, maybe, okay.
Whoa.
Okay, so let's figure out. Oh, let me switch my. Build settings. We might have to do a little research about how to do a good overworld map. That's not just like a texture, because you need to put circles on the map. Unless we like figure out a way to like look at pixel space and like say, okay, this is where level 1 is, this is where level 2 is. But the other way would be to procedurally draw the road. Both legitimate. Okay, so let's press play. And now I can switch around different. I assume those are supposed to be lined up with something.
Yes.
So let me go to, do you happen to know which one you're set up for?
I think we're 16 by 9 or 9 by 16 or whatever the vertical way an iPhone is.
Okay, so mine is set to 16 by 9, but these are still not in places I would expect, so maybe look into that, but I do see these are lined up now. Ish. Oh, what? Something opened, it looks like. I think we gotta close the home. Nope, we gotta close the hub. Where'd the hub? Map screen. Oh, okay, so now I'm here. Okay, so some of the flow.
Yeah, I think she was also having issues on how to place the furniture. Cause
yes, that'll be tricky.
Yeah, because I think the only thing, Angel, the only thing you get to click on is like the crafting table, right? Because like I don't think like you're clicking on the rug to change it. I think you're going into like a setting menu and changing it.
I do recommend the sticker lab I have from last week. You can do that as your lab this week if you want. If you want to be like, oh, how would I like pick this up and like place it somewhere? The other option you have are having like hot zones for. Any of you play Neko Etsune?
Wait,
Yeah,
it's not like you don't actively decorate the room, like it's kind of set in stone and then the appearance of it changes.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, it's not like a drag and drop, like you constantly change the thing. It's like it sits there and then like we're gonna have like a thing where you can buy stuff and then it'll change it, like if you want to change it out.
So then you would just create set regions for where you want things to be. It could be in UI. It could be, you could have like a sprite layout that's not UI, either or. This one is kind of in the middle. Like I could see it all being in UI. I'm not sure. But you could have little regions that have a texture on it or have no texture on it. You click on it and then it opens up. Oh, what do you want to put here? You want to put a rug? Put a rug there. Boop. Or you go to the crafting table, bloop, and you say, oh, I want to purchase this rug. And then I assume that you also say like equip this rug or like put this rug in the room type of button. And then it just knows where to put it. Is that kind of what you had in mind?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you wouldn't need to click on this. You would need I would just set these positions up like, would that be home screen? Is that home screen? Yeah. So I'd probably have shop wall floor. In shop wall floor, let me just double check. Is that a vertical layout group? Oh, it is. Cute. In shop wall floor, we have these two items, and sure, vertical layout group works. Inside of shop floor, I'd create empty elements in it, and I'd call this like rug node. And the rug node, let me go to the scene view and look at it. The rug node, sure, place it at the 50-50 point and maybe make it take up from 0.1-ish. Did I type that wrong? 0.1 to like 0.9, or excuse me, 0.1, 0.9, 0.9. And that way you see how it takes up like this region inside the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Zero it out. And then when you want to add a rug to the scene, doesn't matter what rug it is, you would say, okay, I have my rug prefab, and just drag it in here. And it'd be like UI image, boom. And it'd always take up the full thing, boom. And then I would add the rug to it, boom. And I would say, don't preserve aspect if you don't want it to get all stretchy, boom. And so then now you have a little node where it doesn't matter, like whatever rug they want to equip right now, you just add it to this node and say, okay, take up the full extents.
And there would be like a code for that, right?
You'd have code for placing the rug down, but then everything else is basically controlled by the UI setup.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever setup you want. UI is nice because I could say take up this amount of space in your parent, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. You could also have it be in the world.
Okay.
But you get a nifty vertical layout group with the UI.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you'd have like PF rug 01, and rug would be its own little prefab. And then you'd have that like linked up to something so you can just drag it in and be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you wouldn't drag it in, code would drag it in. But yeah, that'd be my recommendation for how to handle that. And so you just create regions like clock region, and it's like in the top corner, and like whenever you get a new clock, it always goes there. There's a little node for it, boom, you're done. And it'd be the same way. Do we have any other art that you would customize? Oh, like a window. Okay, so let's do the window. Sorry to take up people's time, but just maybe it's useful. So I have my section up here, and I'm going to right click and create an empty, and I'll call it window node. Is that going to be like in the center of the room like this? Is that what you had in mind?
Angel, did we have it off to the side, like to the right, or?
I think we do. I think.
So it's like over here?
Pull up the sketch. Because the bed has to be on it too, but I pulled the sketch together really quickly. We can definitely, yeah, it's off to the side.
Right, yeah, wherever it goes. I'll put it off to the side. So that means that we'd want it to go from X along the X axis, like 60% of the way to 80% of the way. I'm just guessing 0.8. So from 0.6 to 0.8 along the Y, I don't know. If this is 0 and that's 1, maybe like from 0.5 to 0.8. That's going to be my guess, 0.5 to 0.8. Then I'll zero out the top here. Boom, 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 boom. And it looks like I'm flipped around. I'll tap T just to see it. Maybe 0.9. That's, oh, whoops, wrong, 0.9. But I'll keep it 0.9. Boom. That's your window region. And then I'll add an image there. So like, oh, I want to add my window there. It could be one of 10 different windows. UI image. And that image is going to be the window, this one. And it's going to take up the full extent. Boom. And it's not going to stretch out. Boom. And there's your window. So it looks like maybe I want to be more like, it looks like a wide window, right? So I'd want to be farther out. Like 0.4. Boom. And then whenever you have a window, you put it there. You could even customize the background, because like inside of this, you could add another image. And like, oh, I want to be on the frozen tundra today. So like you have PF window.
I think what we're gonna do is have each color set have a different theme. So like the blue set is gonna be ocean, the pink set is gonna be flowers, and like the background of the window will change with that. But I don't think we need to make it a separate thing. So I'll talk to Emily about that, and she can make some art to go behind the window.
Totally up to you, yeah. And so you see how it like you can have the background, like if you wanted to have like, oh, today I want to be in a garden, today I want to be in whatever, but I still have my window. You can have the basic like a Bob Ross painting and put it in the background, so PF background, and then you would add a mask to it and say, I want a mask that's based on the window that I'm currently using, which I believe I would put this. I haven't done masks in a while, but let me remove this mask component. I believe a mask is the parent has some picture, like the window that's being currently used. And it gets applied to a mask. It is maskable, yep. It is, I don't want to show the mask graphic. I'll turn off the window for now so we can see what's going on. And I would want it to be the opposite, right? I'd only want I'd make a mask that is just the inner color. Because you see how my white texture, I'll just give it a random texture. Now I can mask whatever texture I want based on the image above it. So if you wanted to have a custom background they could swap out, you totally could. You just create a mask that's like just the inner part of the window. I believe you would color that. Everything else would be transparent. And then this would be some like white or whatever. And so then when you use your mask, then you can mask your environment based on where the window is. That'd be cute. Hello. YOLO. But okay, yeah, so there you go. That's how I'd position stuff in a space like this. So then in my game, no matter what thing I'm on, it doesn't get super weird. Well, I wouldn't recommend going landscape, but no matter what portrait mode I'm on, like that, or like that, or like, not an iPad probably, but 5 is pretty small. Boom. Like it's always kind of right. Yeah? Because it's positioned by percentage instead of by pixels.
Mm. Does that make more sense to you, Devin?
I think so, yeah.
Awesome.
I can come back to this in like a couple more weeks and like, or even like in a week and like rewatch this. If I forget it.
Mm-hmm. I'll try to break this up. I'm going to cut out some of the parts where I wasn't talking. I'll make like the lecture video, which stopped at an hour, and then I'll try to make this into its own video, like, oh, placing things in an environment in Unity.